industry or area could risk become a target in child sexuality. Over 40 countries have extraterritorial law in place, such as Australia, Austria, Indonesia, England, and many more. And over 191 countries signing the UNCRC, this means that child sex tourism is illegal in most countries. I'm Erna. In this video, gonna identify the issue of the sexual exploitation of the children by tourists. Child sex tourism is the commercial sexual exploitation of children by people who travel from one place to another to engage in sexual acts with minors. Often children's sex tourism travel from a richer country to one that is less developed, or they may be travelers within their own country or region. Child sex tourism take advantage of their anonymity as well as the socio-economic disparities in the location they visit. They may try to rationalize their action by claiming sex child is culturally acceptable or that money or good exchange benefit the child and community, or by setting their own threshold for defining who is a child. The negative impact of child sex tourism as follows. First, for children, the negative impact of children is a profound, lifelong, and dramatic. The physical violence involved in the sexual exploitation of a child result in injuries, pain, and fear, while the acute psychological distress of sexual exploitation result in guilt, low self-esteem, depression, and some instances suicide. Children are also more vulnerable to sexually transmitted infection, SIT, including HIV or AIDS. The negative impact for the community is negative and substantial as the loss of child innocence, the breakdown of moral and social norms, the growth of crime associated with the sex, and the attraction of this vulnerable community to offender and child pornographers become apparent. Additionally, there are also the local future opportunity to this child victim to become worthwhile contributing member of the functional and healthy community unless they are protected, supported, and provided with ongoing health care and education opportunity. However, all of these options are costly and can never undo the harm. The best course of action for the community and the hotel and travel industry within those communities is to work toward the elimination of CSC before the impacts are felt by own consent. And who is offender? The first and most important thing to remember is that there is no stereotypical offender. They can come from anywhere, be male or female, married or single, wealthy or of a lower socioeconomic and educational status. They are not one physical feature, behavior type, or social pattern that will distinguish a child sex tourism. 95% of sex offenders are male and they can be married and have children of their own. Up to the third of offenders are committed by adolescents. Most sexual offenders are committed by men between age of 25 until 40 years. Situation offender is a person who accesses children in bar, brothel, or on the street while they are away from home. This person is not considered a pedophile as they would probably not exhibit this behavior while at home. And what is preferential offender? The preferential child sex tourist display an active sexual preference for children. He or she may still have the capacity to experience sexual attraction for adults, but will actively seek out minors for sexual contact. And what is pedophile? This is a person who has a sexual attraction to children. They can be attracted to boys or girls or both. There are some variables to identify the offender. Venue available and accommodation situation of the tourist. It is much easier to offend if the tourist has their own house or apartment or is staying at an accommodation provider without child safe policies and procedures in place. Present and type of facilitator. This eliminates the needs for the tourists to source children or visit brothel themselves. Length of stay. It is much easier to groom children if the offender is visiting or living in an area long-term and go undetected compared to if they are visiting for a very short time. Size of destination. It is easier to go unseen in largest community with lots of tourists. Living situation of child. Children are much easier to abuse if they are homeless, held in brothel, and away from their family protection and oversight. In our workplace, which staff are mostly like to be approached by the potential offender or at least have the ability to identify situations where offending may be occurring or have the potential to occur. That's all about this video to identify the issue of the sexual exploitation of children by tourists. I'm Erna, say thank you.